Hey my friend, welcome to this video on stock market chart patterns that repeat. This is a really cool opportunity to find certain chart patterns on markets, on the same market, that repeat over and over and over and over. And that's what I'm going to show you today. In fact, there's a lot of patterns like this that I've seen. One of the most popular is channeling patterns. And they can be okay, but they usually only last for a small period of time before the market breaks out of that channel. So I'm going to share with you one that I've never actually seen anyone teach before. So probably somebody has. I've just never seen it. But I'm going to share with you today. I just found this as I was scanning through stocks one day and came across this pattern. Love to share it with you. So as you can see here, you can probably just see it without me even pointing it out. And here's the symbol, by the way, mint. And it's a daily chart, as you can see there. All right, and you can see the months down here. We've got a little vertical line for each month. I put that there intentionally because you can see the pattern. Market starts at the bottom, and by the end of the month, it goes up, and then it drops down. Huh, cool. Next month, gaps down, goes up. End of the month, gaps back down. Beginning of the month, goes up. End of the month, gaps back down. Beginning of the month, goes back up, end of the month, gaps back down. Are you serious? Beginning of the month, goes up, end of the month, gaps back down. Beginning of the month, end of the month, gaps back down. Beginning of the month, goes up, gaps back down. Oh my gosh, okay, really? Is this that easy? I mean, seriously, right? That's pretty darn cool. If you could just trade that over and over and over. I mean, dang, that's like one of the easiest things I've ever seen. Okay, so let me share with you a couple things on this. Hopefully you can take this and translate it into making money. Obviously, no guarantees. And as I said, patterns can and do change. So don't expect that any pattern will stay the same forever. But this one's been going on for quite a while. So I'll share with you the markets that I see this particular pattern working on the most consistently. In fact, that's really the only particular market group that I see it working on. It is short-term bonds. Short-term bonds. Not all of them, but some of them. And there's a couple of different ways that we could trade this, right? We could go ahead and just open at the beginning of the month and close out at the end of the month, buy, and then close our position. Come back in, buy again, close our position. Or if you wanted to take the long haul, you could buy here. Actually, let me take that drawing line off of here to illustrate this other approach. You could buy, sell part of your position. All right, let it come back down, add to your position. And by the way, you'd have the option of either selling here or not selling here, and maybe just adding to your position at the beginning of every month. If you did that, then of course the approach is that you're getting full advantage of that big move. But on the other hand, you are giving back some money on each of these retraces, at least on paper. And also the problem with that is if it doesn't just happen on paper, but then one day the market actually turns around and goes and tanks, well, then it's not on paper anymore. So taking some profits at these highs is a risk management and money management technique that lowers your risk if this pattern stops repeating. You've locked in some profits here, and then you're golden. The longer it goes, great, right? No problem. But at least you're not keeping your entire position at risk. So that would be my personal preference, but you decide what works well for you. And it's really a calendar cycle, right? It's just the beginning of every month. So here's another one. This is Barclays 1 3-month T-bill. Now, and this one's a little different. As you can see, each one will have its own little different personality. So here we get the same kind of dynamic. Beginning of the month goes up to the end of the month. Beginning of the month, it starts low, goes high. And we get that repeating pattern. Notice this one doesn't go up as high. It starts at the same. This one starts lower and goes higher, so we get even more volatility. But what's unique about this one is that there's really no trending. In the last one, we did have an overall, over the number of months, a trend that went up. And this one's pretty much sideways. Get a little exception there, a little exception there. But basically, it's still pretty sideways. But you get the same dynamic of starting low at the beginning of the month, ending high at the end of the month. Now, One thing I really want to share with you here is that these moves are pretty darn small. So there may be only a few cents, 5 cents, 10-cent moves. And therefore, you got to also, when you look at this, consider that, okay, we're just getting small little moves. Number two, also the cost. So some of these short-term bonds have very high expense ratios. So look at that before you choose which one, if you're going to even do one. But make sure you consider that in your calculation. So these are basically scalp type approaches. I mean, we're really talking pennies here in the move. But hey, pennies can add up to dollars, and again, it's just a simple trade. You don't have to be an expert trader to take advantage of this. Personally, I would always use risk management, money management in any trade I take, even this one, because sure, it looks great right now, and even though it's been going up for months and months and months, the one thing about the market is it can always change, right? The only constant in the world is change. So don't expect it to go on forever and ever and ever. But there's a reason that these things happen. And if you want to look for, if you can scalp these profitably, great. Also look at your commissions, because these moves are so small with regard to price range. I would say you've got to be with a very, very, very low commission broker for them. Okay, let's look at another one. All right, so now we got a third one here, and I wanted to show you this one because we always like to, see the exceptions to the rules, right? And the imperfect scenarios. So this is the iShares Floating Rate Note Fund. And if we look at the pattern on this one, well, it goes up there. This one goes up a little bit. Again, we're talking really pennies here. Now that's a better pattern. That's a better pattern. That one's okay. It doesn't go very far. This one, not so bueno, right? It starts here and it goes down. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what we wanted. Well, guess what? We're going to have some losing trades no matter what we do. Next one, nice move for, this at least. For that one, a better nice move. This one just went sideways the whole month. About 5 cents, frankly, is all that it moved on that. So these horizontal lines are about 5 pennies, 5 cents, and that's it. So that's why I say you got to really have a low commission broker, maybe put on some size. I don't know. Got to really be careful with your money management on this stuff, because we are talking about just making pennies. So if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, if you liked it, if you appreciate me posting these for you for free, then go ahead and click the thumbs up icon below and leave a nice little comment. Those really encourage me to create more free tutorials for you. Share the video with others. Click the share button below. That really encourages me as well. And also, I do have a special offer for you with one of my free trading courses. And in this free trading course, I actually give you one of my trade setups. And this is a trade setup that I still trade to this day regularly. Pretty much every day I take this trade. It's that good. It's not an old has-been. It's one that's working right now. I call it the rubber band trade. Go ahead and click the link in the top right-hand corner of this video, or in the link below in the description, and I will send you that trade setup absolutely free with all the rules, the filters, all the details about where to get in, where to get out, what the setup actually is in detail. It takes a little longer than these 10-minute YouTube videos. Love to share it with you and help you with your trading.